All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me today on this session. It's titled Navigating Your Teaching Career, Opportunities and Pathways. Navigating your teaching careers, opportunities and pathways. I am Abiodun, and I'm a science educator. I'm also a personal evolution coach. I'm currently part of the fifth cohort of the Skilled Teachers Academy, a 12-week intensive virtual training program for teachers by the Fresh Look Africa, led by the incredible Miss Adora. The Skilled Teachers Academy is actually a program designed to equip and empower educators with the skills to be successful as 21st century teachers. My mission today is really very simple. It's actually to guide you through the diverse opportunities that we have in the field of education, and to also help you chart a course to chart your career path that aligns with your passion, that aligns with your desire. Now, whether you're just considering a career in teaching or you've already started your journey, this is going to be valuable to you. But I'd like us to start with this question. What stage are you in your teaching career? So I'd like to sample my audience. What stage are you in your teaching career? If you're just starting out, I just wanted to type the word start in the chat. And if you're here, you've got some years in the game and you're here looking for how to advance your teaching career, you can type the word advance. You can type the word advance in the chat. So I'm keeping my eyes in the chat. Yes, advance. I see advance. Oh, good, good, good. All right, all right, all right. So that's good. Now, the question is, how many of you have ever felt like teaching is just a job rather than a career with, many possibilities? How many of you have ever felt that way, or you presently still feel that way? I wanted to get a response from you. Just type the word yes if you in any way have such feeling. You feel that teaching is just a job. You consider it less of a career. You really don't see much down the road. And you are just, you just have something at the moment. If you think that teaching is just a job and not a career, you may type yes in the comment, because that's really where I want us to start today, with looking at what are the career possibilities in education. It's all must begin with our mindset. And if there's anyone here having such mindset, I want to first break that mindset. And I'll do that with two quotes. Now, the first one is mine, and this one says that you cannot achieve great exploits in a field that you have barely explored. Now, by exploit, I mean those boundless possibilities for making significant impact and sufficient income in education. Many of us grew up thinking that teaching is a low-paying, low-status career, but that is only true if you choose to stay within that mindset. By exploring the opportunities in the field of education, just like we are doing on this webinar, you actually can open the doors of opportunity that you never imagined. Okay, so please stay with me as we explore together. The second quote is from Socrates. He said that the unexamined life is not worth living. If you don't take the time to reflect on your career path, on your goals, on your passions, you're likely to miss out on the most fulfilling opportunities that may be there. So I encourage you to, examine, just as we go along together, and examine yourself, examine your career, examine your potentials, and let's see what we can make of all of that together. All right, so now we're going into what is like the fourth of the three major parts of this webinar. The first is the teaching career pathways, or the career pathways in education. Now, let us explore those various pathways within the field of education. Many people think that teaching is a single narrow path, but it is actually a very broad field with numerous avenues for growth and specialization. So let's please go with me. The first one is the classroom teaching. This is the most traditional part, of course. It includes specific roles, or according to levels of education, roles like early year teacher, elementary or primary, secondary, and then post-secondary levels. Each level actually offers unique challenges and rewards, and there's always room for progression within these levels. Okay, so that's the first pathway. The second one is special education. Now you can choose to specialize in supporting students with diverse learning needs, and this can be very, very rewarding. It is a field that requires a lot of patience, creativity, and a strong commitment to inclusive education. You want to make sure that nobody's actually left behind. Now that can be something for you, and you'll be ready to exploit going forward. The third one is educational leadership. If you're someone that aspires to be a school principal, a departmental head, an ed teacher, or even an educational consultant, leadership roles are a good fit, for those that want to be more, that want to make a broader impact in the education landscape. So that's educational leadership for you right there. The fourth is educational administration. School management is a whole lot. Okay, so from the school unit, to, let's say, a local government or a district unit, you have a lot of administrative roles that focus on the operational side of things. These positions require strong organizational skills and, a deep understanding of educational policies within the area, the geographical area that you operate. Now, that is educational administration. The fifth is educational technology. Now, we just had a session about AI and its integration into education. That is another area, with the rise of digital platforms, digital technology. There's a growing need for educators who specialize in integrating technology into the classroom. Now, if you're tech savvy, this could be your niche, okay? The sixth is guidance and counseling. Now, supporting students through their academic and professional challenges, it can be very, very crucial, okay, and also very rewarding. If you're someone who enjoys, one-on-one interactions and, helping people through solving problems, this pathway could actually be for you. It's something I do and which I find very fulfilling, helping students achieve their academic goals. That comes with a lot of guidance, and it comes with, giving them the motivation and the support system that they require. The next is curriculum development and instructional design. Now, designing effective educational programs and materials is a critical aspect, of education. Now, for those people who love planning, who love creating, content and all of that, curriculum development and instructional design can be something to check out. I'm running because of my time. The next one is higher education and educational research. If you're drawn to teaching at the universities or conducting research that influences, educational practices, what is done in the actual classroom, you want to guide, you want to be a part of the research that brings up, state-of-art practices and cutting-edge innovation in how education is done, then you want to consider educational research. This is, something that you should explore and check out. And by no means is this webinar, an exhaustive exposition to these things. Okay, it's just actually to put out all these pathways there and then, get you to see which one you are ready to explore. The next is education policy and advocacy. If you're passionate about shaping the future of education, policymaking and advocacy roles allow you to influence educational reform and make, broader change, systemic change, in education. The next is adult education and vocational training. Yeah, there is something like that. Teaching adults and providing career-specific skills, so we have some platforms that are about teaching people maybe workplace skills. Okay, that's still teaching. You're teaching adults and then you're teaching them vocational skills or career-specific skills. That can be actually very fulfilling as well, especially if you're someone who is interested in lifelong learning. You want to take people on that journey, of lifelong learning. That is something to check out. And lastly, you have library and media services. Now, this group or this sector, support students, support teachers, support the school system with information resources and media literacy. This is another valuable role within education. So the question I want to ask this evening is, which pathway resonates most with you? I want you to indicate in the chat. Tell me which pathway resonates most with you. It's all here on the screen. Which one really, strikes that that call for you? Which pathway resonates with you? I want to see in the comments that I still have you with me. tech, team edutech. Yes, Miss Betty, of course. Yes, that's the field you play in, and you're doing it so well. Well done, well done. Educational technology, that's a big one. I mean, tech is the future, and everybody just need to be, keeping an eye on that. Classroom teaching and educational technology, impressive. Rachel, educational administration, leadership, and edutech. Yes, you're doing it, Miss Tonia, already. Yes, well done, well done, well done. With all the facilitation and everything, that is something. So thank you guys for the feedback. Now we go on. So the second part of this three-part webinar is opportunities for professional growth. How do you identify these opportunities, and how can you, position yourself to maximize these opportunities? Because actually knowing where you want to go is only half the battle. The other half is for you to actually identify the opportunities that will help you get there. So here are some avenues for professional growth and advancement. So the first one is, degrees. Very important, of course, pursuing higher education, such as a first degree or master's or even a doctoral degree, can open doors to advanced roles in education. And depending on the track you want to follow, there are requirements, and a degree is always right on top of that list of requirements. So you want to, you already have a first degree, you want to consider a master's, you already have a master's, you want to go forward and get a doctoral degree. That can be an opportunity for you to grow as an educator. The second one is certification and licenses. So specialized certifications can set you apart. In areas like special education, for example, you want to have certification with working with learners with a particular type of, learning disability. Okay, so that, sets you out as a leader or as an expert in that particular area. Even in educational technology too, you want to be a certified, a Microsoft certified educator, you want to be a Google certified educator, you want to take certification courses and programs in some of these latest technology. That is something. Also, even for leadership, there are certification programs that you can avail yourself of that will help you grow professionally. The third one is training programs, workshops, and conferences. CPD is key. Continuous professional development is important. That is why we are all here. Attending events like this can provide new insights, can provide new skills and networking opportunities. Now, I'd like to share about the program that brings us all here together, the Skill Teacher Academy. This is a prime example of, teacher training programs that offer intensive training that is both robust and, highly applicable. The fourth is professional networks and association. This is one often neglected, opportunity. I know with the work we do can be, so overwhelming, and you really think there's really no time, for you to be out there, sharing and also connecting with others, but you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to network and to relate with others. When you join this network or association, they keep you connected with, like-minded professionals and keep you abreast of the latest trends in education. So we can talk about some, networks like Nigeria Union of Teachers, the TRCN, the APEN, we have some online communities as well that you can take advantage of on LinkedIn, on Facebook. There are quite a lot of them here. You can grow professionally, you can access resources, and you can connect with other educators. All right. So the fifth one is mentorship. I'm running now. Having a mentor can actually accelerate your career growth by providing guidance, providing support, and valuable industry insight, as someone who is looking to advance. Then the last one here is volunteering. Okay. This is also another not often maximized one. Gaining experience through volunteering not only builds your resume, it can also help you, to gain the skill and also to grow your network. So I like to highlight one example which I connect with what they do. Teach for Nigeria is an excellent example of a volunteering opportunity that provides hands-on experience, in the education sector. Program like that allows educators to work in, communities and schools and gain valuable teaching experience and make significant impact, in the community. So I'd like to ask Okay, not a question now, but I just want to give you a thumbs up for showing up for this webinar. It is a proof of your commitment to professional growth as a teacher. So I really wanted to give yourself a thumbs up. Just give yourself a thumbs up in the chat, or just your best emoji. Give yourself and everyone else on the chat, a thumbs up for being here. I'm checking my time. Give yourself a thumbs up. That's good. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. Yes, we're doing well. You are doing well. All right. So I'm going to go on now to the last part of my session, which is developing a personalized career development plan. So how do you work out a plan to assessing all these opportunities and making all these possibilities become a reality? So let's talk about that in the last few minutes that we have together. And I want to share a process. I know we have diverse audience, people who are just starting out, people who are looking to advance, but I wanted to share something that just, I believe, would work for everyone. So it always starts with self-assessment. Okay, you've got to start with knowing yourself. Okay, I want to reflect for a moment and talk about the first few sessions we had on the Skill Teachers Academy program, talking about how to be authentic. Okay, because it's actually more about you giving yourself and being putting yourself out there. So start with a self-assessment. You don't shop for goals. You don't take goals from other persons. You want to make sure that you're being true to your originality. Okay, so you start with a self-assessment. Do a SWOT analysis. We had a session on the TSTA program where we had to do a SWOT analysis. We assess your strength, your weakness, your opportunities, and the threats that are out there. Also use personality tests. 16 personalities is a very good one. Highly recommended. Reflect and have a lot of introspection. Know what your values are, know what your interests are. Activities like coming up, writing your own, teaching philosophy. All these things are things that help you unpack yourself and be able to give the best of yourself out there. So knowing yourself is the foundation. Sorry, I forgot to show that up. Knowing yourself is the foundation of a solid career plan. That is where it all begins. The second step is to explore the career opportunities. So this is what we have just done. But like I said, this is not exhaustive, okay? So, we can take a whole session to explore each of those 11 pathways that I shared earlier. So what you want to do now is to research on the different pathways that we've discussed today. So many of you said educational leadership, you said edutech, you want to explore, and don't think that all you know is all that there is to be known. Explore, research, okay? Be out and about, conduct interviews. So just like we just had with a respected, educational leader, Mr. Abbas here, do interviews. Let's get to hear what people know and what they've experienced and what they see, from their own perspective. So have those interviews, watch them, and stay informed about, trends in the industry, in the education industry. That is the second step. The third one is now that you set career goals. Now you have to set both short-term and long-term goals. So I do this, and the school I work presently have this wonderful policy of having teachers set goals at the beginning of every academic session, and it's a very detailed program. It's a very detailed exercise. You set goals, and then you work it down to your actionable steps and how you're going to break it down into every step. So that's something good. Set career goals. You have short-term goals, break it down into 3 months and then 1 year, and then you want to set 3 years goal as well, because some of these things are things that probably will span more than a year. If you want to go for a certification, you want to get a degree, all of those things will probably extend beyond the short time. So make sure your goals are smart. Make sure your goals are originally yours. That is very important. So set career goals. It is important. Then the next one is to then turn your goal into an action plan, or from your goal, actually work out an action plan. Break the goals down into actionable steps. You have to create a timeline and identify the resources you need. Okay, it gets that detailed. The next one is for you to then get to work. Okay, you have to start implementing your plan. Remember, no one else is going to do this for you. You've got to chart your own course. You've got to do it yourself. Your School will not do it for you. The government will not do it for you. It's up to you to really get to work and chart your own course. And you have to then reflect and revise. You have to reflect and revise regularly, review your progress, adjust your goals as necessary, and reflect on what you have learned. It's not cast in stone. I mean, come on, you put yourself out there and you realize that, oh, there's something else on the horizon now. You have to adjust to it and then keep going. And lastly, stay motivated. Stay motivated. Build a support system around you. I mean, communities like this, programs like this, ensure you have, people who are also, of the same mind, who are looking to improve their practice and be better. Keep your why in focus. Why are you doing this? You are here for the boundless possibilities. You are not one of those saying, oh, it's teaching, it's just a job. No, you're here to be the best at it and to be rewarded for your unique contribution. So keep your why in focus and celebrate your achievement along the way. You've just completed or you're about completing a 12-week training program. Celebrate it. Okay, it's a big deal. That is very important. So please, with these steps, you can actually work your way to coming up with your own career development plan as a teacher. So here's the question: where do you struggle? Which step do you think will be most challenging for you? Which step do you presently struggle with in coming up with a plan? I know we are people who are forward driven, okay, and sometimes life gets in the way, or we just let some of these things slip. So you have to identify, if that is you, which of these steps am I dropping the ball? Is it in following up on my goals? Is it in actually knowing what exactly I want to do? Have I explored enough, in order for me to be able to be ready to make exploit, of education? Do I even know all that is possible in this field? Do I know myself? Okay, so where do you struggle? It is important that you identify that. And I want to say, I mean, if you don't mind, you can type it in the chat, and let's see how we can support each other, how we can support one another. Where do you struggle? Which of these steps do you find most challenging? Which one do you think, are you making up your mind right now that you're going to explore further? Maybe you want to say, okay, now is the time that I have to now sit down and actually write down my goals. It's been something in my head, but now I have to sit down and write down my goals. I have been inspired, I've been challenged to, be detailed about this, and I'm going to do it now. You might want to put it out there, and, get the support and the encouragement that you need, right here on this call. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope I've kept within time. Yes, I need to celebrate my win there. I hardly keep to time. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you all for joining this session. I hope you're living with a clearer vision of the possibilities within your teaching career and the steps you need to take, to reach your goals. If you have any question, I'm sure there will be an opportunity. I think I still have a few minutes for us to probably ask a question. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. You've got to continue exploring. You've got to continue growing. You've got to continue challenging yourself. And I want to give a special shout out to the facilitators and the team at the Fresh Look Africa for this program that is empowering educators like me and other participants of the cohort 5 here today. If you join this session, on the invitation of one of the cohort 5 participants, I encourage you to check out the TSTA program and see how it can help you on your journey to becoming an outstanding educator. Lastly, let's stay connected. The name is Abiodun Beyond. I'm available on all social media platforms. I look forward to hearing about your successes in this field in the near future. Thank you so much, everyone. If there are questions, I'll be on standby to have them. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful. Well done, Mr. Abiodun.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, you can type them in the comment section. Yes. Okay, someone is asking you if you can be her mentor for public speaking. Oh, I think that's a compliment.
Thank you, Ms. Fatima. We'll see to that.
Me too.
Is that Miss Betty I'm hearing?
She's
bow.
Yes, now, Mr. Abiodun, you can be my mentor now.
I
Please,
bow.
please,
I
please.
bow. I am
No,
bowing.
no, 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 no.
I'm bowing right.
Don't buy anything. Don't buy anything, Joe. But that Mr. Abiodun was a good one. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And yeah, beautiful.
So can I stop recording now? Okay.
Yes, please, you can stop recording. I think